Losing sucks in Tekken 8, but you want to know what's worse than losing in Tekken 8? Losing in a mirror match. That's the worst. It's one thing if the other person outplayed you, but that other person outplayed you with your own character. The disrespect is at an all-time high, because that's basically saying they can get the job done better than you. We all have our list of excuses on why whenever we lose in Tekken 8, it's because of BS gameplay, and that they are using an OP character. But when the other person is using the same character as you, what is your excuse now? Exactly, you have no excuse, because this is all boiled down to skill, and the other person is just a couple of notches better than you. You may be a Super Saiyan, but the other person is a Super Saiyan 2. He's just a level higher than you, and he's also just one step ahead of you in this fighting game called Tekken 8. There are many reasons why losing in a mirror match pisses a lot of people off. I know for some people out there, they view this as an opportunity, because losing to your main character means there's a way to be stronger as your main character. But most people will view this as a jab at their fragile ego. And since we're on the topic of ego, let's talk about it. Ego. No doubt, a mirror match is a pure battle of ego. You think you're the best at playing as the bear because no one plays the bear. But guess what? There's someone else playing the bear too in ranked matches. Now, this is like the battle of two giants over here. Both people playing the same character, but we are going to see who can play this character better. You know, beating people at a higher rank than you boosts your ego to the moon because you're a lower rank, beating a higher rank. But when it comes to fighting someone who has the same main character as you, it's war. It's personal. When you lose in a mirror match, things get personal. You feel as though everything you worked hard for is down the drain because there's someone out there playing your main character just way better than you. Although winning might feel really good because you basically conquered your clone, don't you think the other person is gonna want to have revenge on your ass now? Winning isn't just winning because it's a battle of who can play this character better. You might be the only Jack 8 player in ranked matches, and now that you are Kishin, you have finally met your true ultimate test. Another Jack 8 player. You notice that he's doing moves that you didn't even know your Jack 8 character can do, because all you've been doing is the same bread and butter techniques that got you into the blue ranks. So fighting your main character is personal now, because it's to see if you're full of gimmick gameplay or you actually are a true Tekken 8 player and know how to adapt into these unusual circumstances when you come across someone else maining your main character in Tekken 8 got outplayed. Whenever we lose in ranked matches, it sucks seeing your progress going out the window, and the more we lose, it only gets worse. But losing in a mirror match even once sucks. You can't even say the other person used an OP character because they're fighting with your main character. So what I'm trying to say is that you got outplayed. It's as simple as that. The other person just knows how to play your main character better than you. So that also means all those hundreds of hours of training in practice mode is for nothing, because instead of being in practice mode, you are now going to watch replays on how this guy is playing your main character better than you, because this isn't about ranks anymore. It's about who's the best at playing this character now. And when you're getting outplayed by your own main character, all you can do is learn from your defeat. They do it better. Along with being outplayed, you need to accept the fact that if you are a bear main, as an example, you need to accept the harsh truth that the other person knows how to take your main character to its fullest potential. You think you're the best Charizard out there? Well, guess what? There's many Charizards out there that are just better than you. You thought you knew everything about your main character, and while that may be true, however, the other person knows how to execute those moves in an actual fight, something that you aren't doing, which explains why you lost in the mirror match. It's kind of like fighting your future self, which is the true ultimate test on whether you really know how to optimize your main character to its fullest potential. Keep in mind, the other person is probably a Tekken king and you're just a little Fujin thinking you're the shit as the bear. No excuses. We all have a million excuses on why we lose in Tekken 8, but when you lose to someone playing the exact same character as you, you know you fucked up. Do not fucking tell me on why you lost, because I don't want to hear it. You have no one to blame but yourself. Losing in Tekken 8 means you got a lot of training to undergo, but losing to someone who plays your main character way better than you only means one thing and one thing only: get the fuck out of here and come back when you actually know how to play your main character to its fullest potential. Taste of your own medicine. People who play certain characters like Jack 8 or the bears in this case think they're the only ones out there that can do their shenanigans online. fine. But when the other person is doing the same tactics that you do to others, oh, it's not fun anymore that you're getting massacred by the same moves you used on others. You thought you were the shit doing the same gimmick tactics that got you to the blue ranks, and it sucks not knowing how to counter your own moves, which is even worse. It's like knowing how to throw punches but not knowing how to defend, which makes you half of a fighter when you really think about it. Salty rematches. When you lose in a mirror match, it's understandable to be salty. You're going to want a rematch because this shit can't be happening, that the other person is in another league compared to you when playing your main character in Tekken 8. You know, even though you lost, you know one match isn't enough. It needs to be a full set for the fight to be official. Online, it's best 2 matches out of 3, right? And since you lost 1 match, you have a second chance of redeeming yourself. If the other person declines a rematch with you, in your salty mind, you will just say that the other person is a coward, and that if he rematches you, he's gonna get wrecked. But let's say the person does accept your rematch. Now what are you gonna do? You have your second chance at fighting this clone version of yourself, and you got it. Being humble. You most likely rematched the person playing your main character and got bodied over and over again online. You didn't just lose 1 time or 2 times, you lost multiple times, since quick matches can allow 2 players to continuously rematch over and over again. And now this is your moment where you are humbled in Tekken 8. You can be angry, pissed off, and just hating the world because of this reality. You thought you were the best playing your main character, and now there's someone out there who can play your main character just way better than you can ever imagine. Losing to yourself. The reason why it pisses a lot of people off losing in a mirror match is because you basically lost to yourself. That fucking sucks, man. It's like there's a clone version of you out there, and in your mind, the clone version of you online is better than you, the original, and that just makes you obsolete. It's like you're a Pokemon trainer, and after beating the Elite Four, you think it's over, but it isn't. You now have to fight Red, which is basically like fighting yourself in Pokemon. Opportunity. To be honest, while it may be bullshit to lose in a mirror match, view it as an opportunity rather than a salty defeat. Don't get me wrong, losing sucks, but if there's a bunch of other strategies on how to really take your main to newer heights in Tekken 8, that's a win in itself. Sure, the other person bested you over and over again in quick matches, but here's the good news about it. You get to see where you messed up in the replays, but also see the combos that was used on you that you can use for yourself in your next upcoming fight. What I can definitely say is that with every mirror fight you encounter, view it as a test. If you win, it just means you did your part playing your main character, but if you lose, it just means there's a way to become an even better Tekken 8 player. Now what? Now what are you gonna do? You lost to yourself. You lost to someone who's more experienced, a couple of ranks higher than you, and most of all, you're a loser, and that other person is the winner, the true winner. You may have a high rank in Tekken 8, but it doesn't mean shit if that other person out there is just way fucking better than you in this game with your main character. We all know Sasuke is tough, but compared to Itachi, Sasuke needs to take a seat because his older brother is just in another class. You got 2 options right now. You can accept this defeat, that this is your limit, this is your peak in Tekken 8, and you gotta stay in your own lane and avoid this person like he's the king of the jungle, not you. Or grab your fucking balls and train your ass off, and when you do come across this person again, it is on fucking sight now that you are a whole new beast. That other person is there to win, and you're there to fight. So bring it on is what I say.